The supposed greatest movie of all time has finally come to the Criterion Collection as their first 4K release. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Entrepreneur. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for spending a few minutes of your day to be here. And if you are new to this channel, but you happen to like channels about physical media, streaming, and maybe movies in general, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and smash that like, and heck, leave a comment about future topics you might want to see discussed on the Entrepreneur Media channel. So anyway, I have something in my hands that has definitely been played up quite a bit by the Criterion Collection. I'm a huge Criterion Collection fan. Everyone who goes to this channel knows I am, and that is Citizen Kane in 4K. Now, I've already made 2 videos about this cover, which is something I'm not terribly impressed with still, even as I look at it. It's too simplistic even for a Criterion channel, but that's kind of besides the point. Like, what is the cover of a book anyway? So, Citizen Kane is undoubtedly one of the greatest films ever made. Like, is it my personal favorite film? No, it's not. My personal favorite film is Milo Forman's Amadeus, which, interestingly, is also rumored to be coming to Criterion Collection, so that is going to be a dream release for me. But Citizen Kane is a darn good movie. Like, this is a darn good movie, and it has a little bit of history with the Criterion Collection. Citizen Kane was actually the very first Criterion Collection release way back in the day on Laserdisc. If you bought Criterion Collections on Laserdisc, this was the #1 spine. Now, when Criterion Collection moved to DVD, they decided to restart the spine, and Warner Brothers wasn't really that keen on lending them out movies. DVDs were proven to be extremely profitable, and heck, you might remember The Matrix was the movie that pretty much sold people on the DVD player. And that was a Warner Brothers title. So Warner Brothers was definitely looking at their catalog of classic films and realizing they had some serious money that they were going to be printing soon. But years later, physical media is more of a niche product, and now Criterion is being allowed to bring Citizen Kane back into collection for what they claim is their first 4K release. Now, I do question that just a little bit, if only because I've already gotten 2 Ultra HD releases, which were 4K releases from Criterion, which would be Mulholland Drive by David Lynch and the Safdie Brothers Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. I got those in the mail before I got this one, and a couple of those, the spine number is smaller than this one. This is like 1104, Uncut Gems is 1101, and Mulholland Drive is 700 something. So I don't know how they can say this is going to be their first 4K release when a couple other titles have already been released. Maybe it was the first one they worked on. Maybe it's the first one they announced. They announced several of them, but actually that's a funny thing. Criterion announced several titles at once, but they highlighted it with Citizen Kane. So this was clearly supposed to be the marquee title. But I will say, even though it's not technically the first one I got in the mail, before even opening it, it already feels different. This is one of the heaviest Criterion collections I have ever bought. Now, it's not to say that, I can barely lift it, but when you hold this up and you hold like a regular Blu-ray or even one of the other Ultra HD Criterions in your other hand, this feels substantially weightier than the other ones. But like, we've done 2 videos about the cover. I don't like it very much. This K, I think... Look, I know it's kind of a touchy subject. I think this definitely does not give a very good impression of the film. The back's not a whole lot better. It's very plain. And of course, they don't have the PG rating because Criterion sometimes shares what the rating is, and sometimes they don't. They do advertise the new 4K digital restoration with uncompromised mono soundtrack. The 4K disc is HDR. And then there's 3 Blu-rays with the film and special features. Now, I'm going to mention that right now because over in the UK, Warner Brothers is still releasing this title on their own, and they've got this elaborate box set. And I think those 3 Blu-rays are more or less going to mirror what's in here, and also going to mirror what's in the Ultimate Collection. So if you already have the Ultimate Collection, maybe you can get rid of that, but don't quote me on that just yet. I might make a follow-up video to explain whether or not you need to have both, if you want all the special features or if you just need this one. So anyway, let's open this and find out exactly what's in it. So I'm gonna, okay, good. So I can just, sometimes, I'm also gonna be curious if this smells like the typical Criterion release. Some of you might have seen that funny little video I did years ago that people are still watching where I smell the Criterions after I open them, and I still do because it's something you should all do. And no, it does not smell like the, it does not have that Criterion smell. That's extremely disappointing. So, okay, so let's kind of show what's going on here. So you have the K, then you have the A, and there's a picture of Orson Welles. And you open up here, and there's N and E. So that's what they were going for. Okay, little bit more of a fan now, not gonna lie. That was pretty clever, and I like how they have all these different shots of, you know, Kane in all the various stages in his life. Although, you might have noticed something that I already do not like about this, and you might notice it. I do not like when they do this to discs, because it makes it so much more difficult to get the discs out without yeah, like this is annoying. This is extremely annoying. Let's see, how big is the fingerprint going to be when it comes out? Yeah, it's minor. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, I got like a little itty bitty fingerprint on there. Anyway, there's the disc for the Ultra HD, the 4K. It's got the K on it. Like, will one of the other discs have the oh, that's kind of neat how they have it as a boy. This one might actually be easier to get out. Okay, so that's what they're going for. Like, all the discs have like a letter on it. This is the Blu-ray. What does it say which Blu-ray this is? I'm gonna put that here. Here's the booklet. Okay, the booklet kind of smells like the Criterion release. Oh, there's the famous shot underneath. The funny thing is, it looks really nice overall. It's just not the most practical packaging. Is also, this is disc 2 Blu-ray. I'm assuming disc 2 is the movie. Like, that's actually a good way to kind of keep the discs in order, if you will, without actually numbering them. Oh wait, they are numbered. Oh wait, no, they are numbered. Oh, so no, they're not spelling Kane. They're numbering them. So this kind of confused this for E for a second. So anyway, number 1. So this is the movie disc. Now, this will not be put back into the case because, believe it or not, this actually has to be sent back to Criterion Collection. Like, I've already made a video about this, but Criterion discovered early on that there is a tinting error about 30 minutes into this film. Now, I don't know how long they're going to be replacing discs, so you might want to keep this part in mind if you want to get this. But apparently, after 30 minutes, this thing gets really dark and tinted, and Criterion has already promised to send you a new disc with a $10 gift certificate for the Criterion.com. So this will not be going back into the package. Now, one thing that's kind of neat, though, I'm not entirely sure why they did this, but they actually tell you what disc goes where. I have no idea why, especially since after the first disc, they stopped lettering it and they number, like, I don't know why they did that. I mean, I know they don't need to do that. I know it's totally a first world problem that they numbered the Blu-ray discs and not the Ultra HD. Maybe they numbered them because for the people who decide they don't want the HD or the 4K disc and just want the Blu-rays, they can buy the Blu-ray separately. This book is pretty cool. Apparently the essay in this one is written by Bilge Ebery, and it starts at page 7 and goes all the way to page 40, where page 41 talks about the restoration. As usual, these books are super cool, super professional made. The only way that interestingly, the only way I know how to close this is because of the letters. You don't want to put N before E, so that's kind of neat. And again, this totally explains why it's so heavy. And that is the unboxing of Citizen Kane on Ultra HD 4K from Criterion. Let's try putting it back on this one. I think I already dented the corner and it's already difficult to put back in. But yeah, so that's going to be very nice on the shelf. I'm definitely looking forward to watching the movie in 4K. I'm going to be sending the first Blu-ray back because, again, apparently this is defective. So I'm going to have to send it back. But yeah, so I think this so far looks like a really solid release. I might make a follow-up video where I kind of review it, and I think with 3 Blu-rays, that's a good indication that whether it's the UK release or the original, now out of print, Ultimate Edition that Warner Brothers released, I think we're going to be getting everything from those releases on these discs, but don't quote me on that just yet. That's what a separate video will be for. But in the meantime, yeah, if you want Citizen Kane in 4K, and I don't know why you wouldn't, again, it's one of the greatest movies of all time, this seems like a good one to get. But now I'm going to pass the question off to you. Are any of you going to get Citizen Kane on Criterion Collection, and what do you think of this packaging and all that jazz? I'd love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.